So let's talk about the pros and cons of lease options. First, let's start with the pros. The first pro is that it gives people the opportunity to buy that have poor or recovering credit. Now, in our case, when we first graduated from college, that was us. We had poor, and in my case, recovering credit, and we couldn't qualify for a traditional mortgage. So our thought process at the time was that if we could secure a property with the option to buy, during that period of owning that option, we could use that time to repair or improve our credit so that we could eventually qualify for a mortgage and buy the property with a traditional mortgage. The next pro is that a lease option allows the buyer to lock in a purchase price. Now see, this gave us a tremendous benefit that I'm going to talk about later in this video. But because our lease option allowed us to lock in a purchase price at current market prices, it meant that if that property were to appreciate over the next 2 to 3 years that we held this lease option, we would be able to buy that property below market, which comes with some tremendous benefits. For one, if we had a locked-in price below market, when we go to qualify for a mortgage, we were going with built-in equity on that property. That meant that if the property had appreciated by 10 or 15%, that equity we would be able to take to the bank and use that to qualify for a better mortgage. The next benefit is that it gives you a trial period to own a piece of property. Now for us, buying a home with the lease option was a very attractive way for us to get started investing in real estate. For one, we had credit issues at the time. 2, we had insufficient funds for a down payment. 3, the market was rising and we felt like if we could lock in a purchase price at the current market rate, we would do well if we exercised that lease option in the future because we would have built-in equity. So now let's talk about the cons of a lease option. The first con is that when you enter into a lease option, in order to secure that lease, to buy that lease option contract, you usually have to put down a non-refundable lease option fee. The next con with the lease option are maintenance responsibilities. You see, as a part of the lease option deal, one of the things that makes it so attractive to sellers to sell their home under a lease option is that all of the maintenance responsibilities can fall on the buyer of the property or the renter of the property. And so in our case, as a part of our agreement, we agreed to take on all maintenance responsibilities. The next con is that you will usually be paying above market rents for that lease option. So as a part of our agreement, we agreed to pay above market rents, but the portion that was above market went towards the eventual purchase of that property. It went towards the down payment that we would use to secure that property. So considering the pros and the cons, we moved forward with our lease option on a 3-bedroom, 2-bath in San Diego, California.